YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about, is Chase Young a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year? So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure to go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington football team. We're so close to 3,000 subscribers. I know we can get there in no time with you guys' support. So hit that big red subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's get straight into today's video. So people actually were asking me this question a lot in my past videos in the comment section. Basically asked me, do you think with Chase Young's dominant rookie season, do you think he's now a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year? And that question that was posed to me, I was like, maybe let me actually think about that for a second, because we're not just talking about rookies anymore. We're talking about the whole entire league. We're talking about him competing with Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, JJ Watt, TJ Watt. And then even if you go in the secondary, you have guys like Jalen Ramsey, Denzel Ward, just to name a few, and Derwin James. And I know the secondary, it's kind of hard for them to really get this award just because all the attention is on the front seven and the front four, to be even more exact. But I think somebody in the secondary could definitely win it. But to be more specific, I honestly don't know. I don't want to say he is a front runner just because, like I said, he's not competing just with rookies anymore. He's competing with Aaron Donald, and that's all I need to say. Aaron Donald literally seems to win this award every single year, and rightfully so. The guy takes on triple teams, and he still dominates. So, like I said, Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Shaquille Barrett, Stephon Gilmore, Danielle Hunter, Darius Leonard, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey are just all the people that's on this list that I just read off are people that he's going to be competing with. And like I said, he could be a front runner. He just has to get off to a very, very good start. And another thing I want to talk about here is I have it pulled up in front of me, the odds to win NFL Defensive Player of the Year. And this is according to Sports Betting Online. And like I said, it's only betting odds. So odds really, odds don't really mean nothing. But according to the betting odds, Aaron Donald is the person that leads this, obviously, with plus 400. Then it's Myles Garrett, plus 600. TJ Watt, plus 700. Nick Bosa, plus 1,100. Then after that, Joey Bosa, plus 1,200. Then it's Chase Young, plus 1,600. So he is in the top 6. And honestly, when you look at it, all those other guys outside of maybe, honestly, I would actually say probably Shaquille Barrett, because outside of Shaquille Barrett, Chase Young is the only one that really have a notable counterpart on the opposite side of him, that being Montez Sweat. So, even though I feel like Chase Young might not be a front runner right now, that could all change in week 5 when him and Montez Sweat are both eating the league up and getting sacks after sacks, tackles, forced fumbles, so on and so forth, tip passes. That's the luxury that Chase Young has, and so does Montez Sweat. They both play on the opposite side of each other, and none of these other guys, maybe like I said, outside of Shaquille Barrett and probably Nick Bosa, they don't have anyone on the opposite side of them that's really going to wreak havoc as much as a Montez Sweat would, or as much as a Chase Young would. You know what I'm saying? So I think Chase Young could be a he could be a front runner probably by week 5, but going into the season, it's going to be very tough, and even throughout the season, it's going to be very tough. That means he has to stay healthy, he has to be productive, he has to win his one-on-one matchups, and Montez Sweat is going to have to help him out too. And even Chase Young's going to have to help out Montez Sweat, because who knows? I know it's like not likely to happen, but Montez Sweat could put his name in this conversation too. So I would like to think Chase Young will become a front runner at some point of the early parts of the NFL season, but going into the season, I just don't know if I want to say he is a front runner to win Defensive Player of the Year. That doesn't mean he's not in the discussion, but we're talking front runners up there with Myles Garrett, up there with Aaron Donald, up there with Stephon Gilmore. I'm sorry about that. guys that have won it in the past, that being Aaron Donald and Stephon Gilmore. So, like I said, man, it's tough, and it's very exciting to see that he's at least top 6, almost top 5, right under Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa, and some can even argue that he might be better than them, but I would relax off that because he's only played 1 year. You know what I'm saying? We still waiting what Chase Young could do. Chase Young could very well, and I highly doubt this happens, and I hope it doesn't happen, but Chase Young could have a sophomore slump, as they would say, but I highly doubt that happens. Or Chase Young could definitely come in here and build off of last year and have a spectacular season, putting up 14.5 sacks or something crazy like that. So it all depends on what Chase Young does the first early parts of the 2021 season. If he comes out here cooking, yes, his name is going to be he's going to be a front runner, no question. But if he comes out here slow, I don't know if he's going to be a front runner. But like I continue to say throughout this video, just because he's not a front runner doesn't mean his name isn't in the discussion, because if you look at around the league and in some articles and whatnot, people have Chase Young as the #1 edge rusher in the whole entire NFL. I even saw a guy that had him as the #1 defensive player in the NFL, and I was like, ooh, that's you know what I'm saying? That's a little crazy. You know, as much as I love Chase Young, I didn't see enough last year to have him as the best defensive player. Now you can make a case for best edge rusher, but still, then you still have JJ Watt. Unless you don't want to, count him as an edge rusher, but he plays the edge too. You have Nick Bosa, you have Joey Bosa, you have TJ Watt, and you have Danielle Hunter. You have so many great edge rushers. Montez Sweat, who's out there to be putting Chase Young at #1. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna knock it because it's my guy. He's on my favorite team. But you can make an argument for it. I'm not gonna knock it. But like I said, it's a lot of competition out there, man. So it's not just rookies anymore. But I would like to think Chase Young could be a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year by week 5. Just headed into the season, not knowing what we're going to get out of Chase Young just yet. We would like to think what we know, but it could very well be a different Chase Young. Chase Young last year could be nothing compared to what we're going to see this year. This guy could be a man on a mission this year, and I'm talking 14, 15 sacks Chase Young. That's what I'm talking about this year. So like I said, we have to wait and see. With guys like Aaron Donald, Myles Garrett, they've already been in the league for a long time, as you would say, and you already know what they're going to get out of them. I'm not going to say they can't improve or they can't change, but it's like you already know what you're kind of getting out of those guys, Danielle Hunter and whatnot, and Jalen Ramsey and Stephon Gilmore. You already know what you're getting out of those guys. Montez Sweat and Chase Young, they're so young. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. Montez Sweat is a raw prospect. He came into the league as a raw prospect, and he had that phenomenal second year. I feel like he's going to take a phenomenal third-year leap, and even by year 5, he could still be growing and learning. The dude was raw coming out of college. Then with Chase Young, he still has a lot to learn. I know how dominant he was last year. He still has a lot to learn. He would be the first to tell you, I got a lot to improve on. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with me being on the field, me being healthy. So with Chase Young, man, he could be a front runner by week 5. That's what I'm counting. And if he has a dominant season to open up, I think he's going to be a front runner. I mean, you look at our schedule. We got LA to start out the season. He's going to be going up against Rashawn Slater. He wants his payback from Northwestern. Then you look at the Giants. Andrew Thomas been running from him, but ain't no running no more. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Buffalo, and then the last 2 games, I can't remember the week 4 and week 5 off the top of my head right now. But to open up the season, it should be very fun, and I do think Chase Young could be a top 5, or at least a front runner rather, in the Defensive Player of the Year discussion when it's all said and done. And I'm talking about week 5 is when I expect him to be entered in the front runner discussion. Like I said, he's already number 6. So if he's coming in the league at number 6 according to betting odds, it's only up from here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I just wanted to come over here quickly to talk about that. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about this video down below. As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hell to the Washington football team. Is Chase Young a front runner as of right now to win Defensive Player of the Year? Let me know what you guys think about this video down below. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop, get you drop.